Hey everybody, this is the Samsung Galaxy J7 user here, and I wanted to touch on with a little topic that I kind of been seeing kind of float around on Google and YouTube, particularly a YouTube channel I was watching a couple nights ago, raising a little issue about the LG X Power 2 and where is it? Basically, who has it? The basic touch and base issue here with that is I have done my little homework on Google about that matter. Just like the previous LG X the LG X Power that got released on the Boost Mobile. It was supposed to be branded the LG Volt 3 that was supposed to be released on Boost. I remember this very well. I was not very considerably happy with the Volt series at all. Not too much on their performance, on their battery life, the Volt and the Volt 2. The battery life, I'm sorry to say, from what another channel said that had superb battery power, I'll say otherwise. These two phones, I don't know whether if I had gotten defective phones and I had gotten 2 replacements for each of the phones. And needless to say that both were absolute garbage when it came to freaking battery life. But that's not the whole point. The whole point we're getting to is about the LG X Power. Now, I've done my homework and done a little research that at this moment, as far as we talk about rebranding, it looks like the LG X Power 2 had gotten a rebrand to the LG X Charge, which Cricket Wireless and Xfinity Mobile carries at the moment. Looks like a decent phone, but compared to Boost Mobile's version, it took the main camera got an upgrade to a 13 megapixel, but the octa-core processor was removed for a quad-core. So, you're talking about a little bit of a downgrade. I'm not sure what the operating system was on it. And I've done my homework and tried to find out some information about the X Power 2, what the X Power 2 would have carried. I don't exactly remember the specs, and I'm not going to say it off the top of my head. I can only advise everybody who listens to this, take heed and just go over to Google and just do a Google search as far as that concerns. But the biggest thing was, some people, including myself, I do like the LG series phones, and my last phone before my Galaxy J7 was the LG Stylo 2. Only thing that upset me the most about that is I'm not sure how I did it, but I got a crack in my screen, and like I said, people can sit there and go, "Oh, you know how you did." No, I really don't. When you wake up one morning and I'm trying to sit there, look at my phone, and I see a little nudge, what I thought was something I could just remove with a fingernail, which turned out to be a giant big crack that went from one end to the other. Well, one corner to the next, and I'm sorry, I've never cracked a screen on any of my smartphones that I've ever had, and I can't tolerate that. And most places that I had around here did not want to replace the screen on there, or they couldn't replace it. So I was SOL until previous months ago, until I bought the Galaxy J7, and now I'm being a little bit more careful what I'm doing with my phone from this point forward. But the only thing that really lacks to me about LG series phones is the horrid amount of bloatware that's in their phones. Not just LG's garbage, but also Boost Mobile that comes into it. they're going to get a bright idea one day. People are going to get really pissed off about it, and people don't want this garbage in their phones. They either want it or they don't. They don't want it. They take it out. But anyways, kind of steering off the topic at the moment. But the biggest thing is, I believe the LG X Power 2 may and may not have went through a rebrand. I mean, there's a possibility and a grand chance that we might see the LG X Power 2 in its true form from the specs, from what I've seen, what it was supposed to be. And the rebrand, which is the LG X Charge, which I've visited many sites, which has given me that AKA LG X Charge. I can't say positively for sure whether it is or not. I could be wrong. Some people have made references to the LG Fiesta being the rebrand for it, and so I mean that's basically what it boils down to at this moment. So I mean, a lot of people want information about the phone. We kind of turn our heads to YouTube to finding out answers about what we want in our phones and everything. But sometimes we got to do the homework ourselves and go to Google. Or sometimes maybe if you're smart, you can ask somebody to help you out. So, your only best option is, as I can say, is just go and Google the information for yourself and find out what you need to know. I mean, that's what I do on an everyday basis, finding out if there's any new phones coming out from Boost Mobile. Not really necessarily looking forward into upgrading my phone just at the moment. I like my Galaxy J7, kind of terrible on the battery power at the moment, but it is a decent phone. So, needless to say, in conclusion to all of this, there's a good chances that we might see the LG X Power 2. Don't quote me on that. Come to Boost Mobile and maybe any other carrier as the LG X Power 2. It may have been rebranded to different carriers, such as Xfinity Mobile and Cricket, as the LG X Charge, because there's a grand possibility, there is some filing in the FCC by other carriers that may include Boost, Virgin, Sprint, or anybody else that wants the name to be the LG X Power 2. So we can't really identify that at the moment. But like I said, there's a possibility of both worlds. Just keep an eye out, and just, keep an eye on Google, do your own searches from that point, and just, go from there. That's all you can do. So, thank you very much for listening, and everybody have a good evening.